Welcome back, Chrono Troops, to more Smite Assault, with your boy ChronoKitty here. Today, playing Morgan Le Fay. We are playing with a Guan Yu and a Herc, which will be our tanks, and a Thor and Bastet, which will be our other assassin carries. I'm a mage. The enemy team has a Kuzenbo and a Sylvanas, which will be their tanks, and their carries are going to be the Zablanc Hachiman and Heimdallr. The enemy team has really good objective takedown, really good CC, and really strong healing. The Sylvanas is the one who's going to be doing the healing on the enemy team. My team, of course, is going to have the Guan Yu. That's the way Assault works. If one team gets a healer, the match mode makes sure the other team has a healer as well. And that is going to be our Guan. The other tank on our team, Herc, has a lot of self-healing himself. I'm going to go ahead right out of the gate and go with Chiron's coin just in case the enemy team builds really tanky. They already have 2 tanks, so those tanks are already going to be difficult enough for me to kill. If they start building a lot of magical defense, I want to still be able to take them down as well. So Chiron's coin is definitely going to be a necessary item in today's build. I'm going to wait for a little money and get Sands of Time, so I have a little bit of cooldown and an additional mana MP5, so I can continue to be effective in lane. Reminding myself of Morgan Le Fay's abilities. Her one has 3 separate abilities. I don't play a lot of Morgan Le Fay, but I know she's very strong. I see a lot of other people play her really well, and she does an enormous amount of damage. And that makes sense considering her passive allows her to do twice as much damage for 10 seconds. And then if you combine that with her abilities, she can do quite a lot of damage. Her 3 is going to give me a movement speed. Her 1 can either give a decoy, give a slow, or give a fear effect as well. So it is our 1 is really strong. All of her abilities seem to do decent amount of damage, especially as you level them up. And then her ultimate just does a ton of damage and is a CC immunity as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but our 3 is a movement speed buff. So I'll be using that when necessary to get in and out of position. Our team is kind of pushing up a little bit. Looks like our Herc just a little out of position, tried to go in, make something happen. The rest of my team was a little slow to respond, and I ended up taking a lot of damage as I was trying to get out of the fight after Herc had already dashed away. So the enemy is a Blanc with the blackout ability there, and the enemy team it looks like they used it more as a defensive. They pushed back instead of pushing forward and trying to take one out. Either way, it works well. I think it's better used. I'm surprised that didn't stun me. That was Sylvanas' ability. I'm going to go ahead and grab the other buff. The enemy team is definitely coming out of the gate a lot stronger. You can see how they are pushing us back all the way to our tower line and then also into our tower. So I took that opportunity to go steal the left buff after I stole the right buff and to keep them from at least having buff advantage on us. My team kept them busy, so they didn't see me doing that or couldn't do anything about it. I'm going to go ahead and try to do something there. Oh, in addition to the abilities I've already mentioned, Morgan Le Fay also has an additional ability that works with her ultimate, and that's as I hit enemies with different abilities, they gain sigils for a limited period of time. And then after I can use my ult to then consume those sigils for additional damage on those specific enemies. Alright, so right now it is going to be a little rough. We ended up losing our Bastet. Looks like she may have DC'd. Hopefully she comes back. If not, this will be a extremely difficult game to win. We still have our 2 tanks, but it does put more pressure on the carries. That's going to be the me and the Thor. Thor isn't known for demolishing a whole enemy team. I'm a mage, so it's more likely that I could, but at the same time, it's still not likely against this enemy team composition. All right, so they have us pushed back all the way to our tower line. We are actually being very safe by being in our tower since we're down a person. So our job right now is simply just to level while the enemy team tries to also do the same and keep us pushed back. Our Herc is still doing an excellent job of pulling and pushing the enemy. Our Bastet has come back. Hopefully that is for good and we get back into the game with a full team. Our Thor just was destroyed there in the right. He went down so fast. I'm going to see what I can do for Herc here, but he went down as well. And that kind of just speaks to the fact that for a while, and that Bastet still hasn't come back yet. She's just still sitting in Fountain. So she might be fully DC'd at this time. It's that is sad, and we are probably going to lose our tier 1 tower for it. The enemy team is already in tower. The Guan Yu, or not, yeah, the Guan Yu and I are doing everything we can. Our Bastet is now in tower as well, so she is back. She is low level, but hopefully it's enough for us to be able to pull back and get back into this game and be able to push back from the enormous amount of CC and the amount of lead that the enemy team has been slowly gaining on us. So we are back at tier tower. They haven't touched tier 2 tower yet, which is really surprising considering they have 2 strong tanks and 3 really good objective shredders. They are entering it now, and as you can see, they are trying their best to get into tower so they can get those hunters in there to do damage. I'm doing my best to simultaneously do damage to the enemies, CC them a little bit, as well as taking down the wave so the wave doesn't enter in past our tower line. The Heimdall has been really good about hitting me with his abilities. We have our buff there that just came up. We were unable to grab it. We were just pushed back too far. Everyone on my team is just taking so much damage. There is just not a lot of opportunity to do more damage than we already are doing. Force them back a little bit with my ult. And unfortunately, it was just enough to pull them back. We did get a kill out of it. We did get a second kill out of it. So that is exactly what needs to happen. There is the Bastet, low-level Bastet, coming in clutch with her ultimate pull to get us a third kill. The only individuals up right now on the enemy team are the Kuzenbo, but our team is very low life, or everyone on my team except for me is very low life. I have low mana, so I'll go ahead and share that buff with them, but at the same time I do have very high MP5, so not a huge concern for me when I am low mana. I just have to wait a little bit and I'll be able to cast my abilities. The enemy team is all coming up now from Fountain, should be around the corner any minute. We're going to see if we can burn down this tower before they get here. We already have Hachi, who ulted in to get into position, but we were able to take down their tier 1 as well. Our team is separated. We have the Kuzenbo, who is pressuring myself and Thor, and the Thor might actually lose his life for it. Let me see if I can go ahead and kind of push the Kuzenbo off of him. The Thor did get away safely, but he is one hit. Was he ulting? What did he do? Did he ult? Yep, yeah, he did ult. He is down. He's in the middle of enemy territory. And he is so low life, and he went down for it. I'm not sure what he was trying to accomplish there. Maybe he was trying to push them back. I do not think a kill was in the cards based on how much life the enemy team had. Shoot, I missed that buff, and I'm taking so much damage from the enemy team that I also am going to go down at this time. The Hachiman was right behind the Kuzenbo, who was CCing me and taking those tower shots so that his team could enter our tier 2 tower line. They are past our tier 2 tower line, fighting between tower and Phoenix at this point, which is that's just crazy, but just goes to show what you can actually do when you have a strong team who is very aggressive and can also are tanks that can take those tower shots successfully. Mobility is also key, which is why Zablanc was one of the ones that went up. He's a very high mobility god, specifically with his dash, really good dash. The enemy team is going to take another hit right now, and the Sylvanas is the only other one that's up. After that push the enemy team did, where I went down, we just shredded them between and after that. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough for us to do a lot of work on enemy tower, but we will see what happens in the fight here. The biggest problem is that they have these two really strong CC tanks, and I don't know how we're going to work around them until we can just do damage to them and shred them. They're really good about healing back up with the Sylvanas, really good with their CC, and just keeping us out of tower line. And even now, with our full team up, you can see how they're just slowly pushing us back. They have a much better team in that regard. Our team is a little more damage focused. They have two Guardians, so Guardians tend to be more defensive than Warriors. And my team, conversely, has two Warriors. So we are going to be doing a little more damage than the enemy team, but we also are going to be taking more damage because we don't have the same level of protections that the enemy team does have. So the Guan Yu, I'm trying everything I can to save this man, and I was unable to save the Guan Yu as we were retreating. I was trying to guerrilla warfare and use a bow, and the Kuzenbo is just going to run in, try to push me back to his team, and hopefully I will be able to get back. Alright, so good. So our team is now fighting back, but enemy team has just pushed its way and bullied its way right into our tower line. And the enemy team is trying to do damage to our tower. It is almost gone, and it is down. Yeah, this is that what I was talking about with those 3 hunters. Just going to be able to do so much work on objective shred, and that's what they have done there. They are easily able to shred that very quickly once they get past the objective line. And with as strong as the enemy team's defenses are with their two Guardians, it's going to be really hard to confront those Guardians and keep them out. So we have the Zablanc ult. I have no idea what's going on. They're going to enter in the tower line, and then now they're trying to pressure us out so they can get easy kills and also take down our Phoenix. I went down for it, but I am coming back with a Rod of Tahuti, which will be a big part of how my abilities are going to help us win this game, hopefully. We are having huge struggles with these enemy Guardians. So the Rod of Tahuti combined with Charon's coin is going to give me 30% physical penetration. Or not physical penetration, 30% percentage penetration, which is only going to that magical defense the enemy has on them could potentially only grow as the game wears on. So that's going to be key. I'm already going to be going into a Typhoon's Fang to get a full amount of 40% penetration pen, which is going to hopefully be a key on how I do any damage to the enemy team. Because I do not expect the Thor and the Bastet to be shredding tanks. But if they can, more power to them. I just don't expect them to. Our team is diving for kills. I love it. They are just doing everything they can, running into the enemy Phoenix, soloing hits, and trying to take down enemies that are low. That's exactly what we need to be doing if we're going to win this game. The enemy team just has so much pressure. We need to take every opportunity to apply our pressure when we can. I'm doing the same thing by using as many abilities as I can to CC the enemy so that we can be in a good position to do damage to them and kind of catch them out a little bit. I really feel in the early game, I really wasn't doing that much damage. Now that we are already in between mid to late game, probably in the late game stretch here, I feel I am finally doing more damage. Will it be enough? I am not sure. It doesn't feel like it right now, but at least I can now box a little bit better than I could earlier, as opposed to doing the little bit of damage I was doing earlier and just CCing. I really need cooldown online, but before I can worry about cooldown, I need to get my penetration online so I can kind of push those tanks around a little bit better than I've been doing. All right, we have them coming up now. 2 of our members are down. We shouldn't be fighting this. We should just be slowly backing away. There's the Kuzenbo. He's going to try to push me. I think I got the knockup on him before he did. And he is in tower, or not in tower, in Phoenix. I was able to do a little more damage to him. Maybe. It doesn't feel like a whole lot more. The our Phoenix is up, and so those individuals of the enemy team who are entering tower line are now getting hit, or tower line, but our Phoenix line are now getting hit by Phoenix as well. Our tanks are doing everything they can to push the enemy around to try to get them in position so they're not looking necessarily at our carries so that we can do damage. Unfortunately, I'm the only one on our team who can push out damage from safely from a ranged perspective consistently. The Bastet, of course, has her ult and her cat, and she has a jump, but she will be taking damage if she gets close to the enemy team. The Thor's abilities are mostly close range as well, at least from a short distance, not a long distance, and of course the Herc and the Guan Yu are all close range fighters, with the exception of Herc's ult, which he can just toss down the lane, that gigantic boulder he throws. Alright, so our Phoenix is down. We need to get out of here, and it wasn't enough. I couldn't get around that darn corner, and I'm going to go down for it yet again. Kuzenbo has me picked. He has a target on my head. He knows that that's what he needs to do to take us down. The Guan Yu is ulting in to try to get some stuns and push the enemy team out. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it is going to lead to a kill. The enemy team just is still so strong. They have so many abilities up. Yes, but the Kuzenbo did go down for it. That's who does need to go down. I wish I was up to take advantage of that dead Kuzenbo, and I will be for about 30 seconds or so, 30 or 35 seconds or so. Well, I'll be up in 2 seconds, but I'll be without him for about 35 seconds. All right, the fight is in lane. I had to blink through that wall so I could get here, so we could hopefully get kills. I feel I really helped getting that finish there on the Sylvanas, with both tanks being down, and there be also 4 members on the enemy team being down. This is a really good place for us to be in right now, because now we can push. So yes, Kuzenbo will be up here in 10 seconds, but it's going to be at 30 seconds before the Sylvanas is. So hopefully we can push the enemy team around a little bit more so that we can hopefully take this darn objective. That's what we've been really struggling with. The Herc, look at that, man. Herc just runs straight in to Phoenix. He just does not care. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a kill here or do enough damage to the enemy. And no, it was not enough. Is that the Thor? Yes, the Thor went in and got the finish, but of course Thor's going to go down as well. That is what to be expected against this enemy team comp against assassins. That's they're going to be CC'd and then finished. Ooh, that's good damage on the Zablanc there, and it's going to lead to also his death. The Bastet trying to get stuff done, jumping around like a crazy cat, We are doing a ton of damage, and we need to finish so that we can just take this. So we can just take this Phoenix. That unfortunately both tanks are up now, so they're just not going to take a lot of damage from us. And now they successfully are pushing us out of Phoenix. We are now missing our Herc, and now it's time to go back to. It's time to go back. Oh no, my team is just running away. Team, I could use a little bit of CC. Well, that's gonna lead to my death there. Oh man. Yep, I just need a little help. Little help around the corner, guys. Come on, little help around the corner. Yeah, I think Guan Yu might have actually been scared. I think that's what may have happened. He thought if he maybe helped me that he was going to go down for it as well. I respect that. I don't think he would have, but I can't play my team's gods for them. So let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to do next. We're level 20, and we have 1,500 money, so Pendulum of the Ages seems to be the next play. We need to get our cooldown online. Pendulum of the Ages will give us 20% cooldown. Chronos Pendant, once we buy it, will give us full cooldown at 40. And Pendulum of the Ages, also its passive ability gives us additional damage based off of, or additional power based on how much available mana that we have up. And because I have such high MP5, we should expect that mana to be very high. We're already at 540 magical power, and we have 40% penetration, so hopefully we're going to be able to get things done. If I can get my last sigil up, I can use my ult and do, oh hey, power devoured, and do a ton of damage to the enemy. It doesn't feel like a ton of damage, to be honest with you, but they are tanky. They are tanky boys. So we will just kind of keep at it and using our abilities to CC, damage, and hit them to do more, just more CC damage to them. I'm having a hard time getting past the tanks to get at the more squishy characters on the enemy team. Every time I do, I end up getting punished for it. So really good job by the enemy team in protecting their team members. There is the yikes. There is some CC by the enemy team on our team. Are we slowly winning this? Maybe? We are. Oh, this was the wrong move. The Hachiman ran right at me to do damage to us backliners, and with him being that close, I can shred him. So that was a bad move. Oh, here we have the Zablock now as well. Also, he dashed in. His dash is down. So we're going to take this opportunity to just shred him. The only individuals that are up are the only ones that can stand against the amount of damage that we're doing, and that is the enemy tanks. Those Guardians with all the defense that they have. The Sylvanas is down. All 5 of us are up. Let's go ahead and blink in. I see what the Guan Yu is doing. He's ulting so he can get CC because he believes that we need to get this Kuzenbo dead before we can continue. I agree, but only if we can do it on our way to Phoenix. The Kuzenbo is running away. We need to be here. We not need to be messing with that Kuzenbo back there. Guys, I mean, yes, okay, now he's dead. Come on, man. It was a trick. Yeah, I see that happen so often where your team gets so focused on a enemy god that they run away and they stall to allow their team members to get back up so they can defend. So now that makes just taking this Phoenix that much harder, because instead of dealing with just one god, or none gods, if you just were going to run away from us, now we have to deal with several. And we might have several team members that go down for it. We cannot deicide again. We are past 20 minutes in, so another good deicide might cost us the game unless we are completely pushed up to the enemy Titan. Then only in that case may it not. May it not. But I'm not hopeful in that. Oh, this Sylvanas thinks it's safe to push up on me. It was not. I took every opportunity to do some damage, and I think I'll do it again. Let's see. Yep, Hachi, take some damage, buddy. And I'll go ahead and just kind of walk out. Our team has 15 more seconds before we're up. The enemy team is fully up now. This is not the fight we want, Guan Yu. I hope you can safely get out, and he can. I don't think it was worth the ult to grab that buff. It looks like he also used a damage the power relic. The enemy team is pushing hard. And now I would imagine at this point, they already have taken Phoenix twice. They already know that they can just easily run in here and push in. I wouldn't be surprised if once all their team members are back together, that's just what they do again. That they just run into Phoenix and just run to the back line and take down me and the assassins. But it looks like the fight is up in front. Our tanks are keeping it there, so that's going to allow me just to sit back here and deal tons of damage. Got my passive off on my ult again, and just did, I should have been doing a truckload of damage there, but when you take a look at at Kuzenbo's health, you just don't see it, and then Sylvanas there got a finish as well. Our team is just being shredded, and now we are once again, yes, going to lose that Phoenix and get pushed back. So, well, I successfully made it out this time, or did I? Here comes Kuzenbo just kind of smashing on me. So I'll go ahead and try to get into a safe position and do damage to their squishies, because it's really their squishies. They're well, not super squishies. It's really their objective shredders, their hunters, that are going to be doing the damage to the Titan, not the tanks. So if they're going to be all the way up at our Titan, then I can more easily finally do damage to them. And it is, oh, they're so low. And that is going to be, and I have my ult coming up here shortly. Let's see if we can make something happen here. Let's go ahead and blink in and drop everything, get a kill, and just have them take our whole kit and get back. This Nene of Kuzenbo's just does so much damage. It's been causing me so much problems when he's been throwing it at me. The Herc is out there. I think just trying to push them back. I'm not necessarily think he's trying to get a kill, but you know, if he does, good on him. The Zablanc's probably low enough for him to try, and he got a finish on the Sylvanas. So it is just us up here right now, trying to get a finish here on the Kuzenbo. The Zablanc went ahead and they ulted for the Kuzenbo so he could get away. The Kuzenbo is definitely playing around, trying to get those buffs and trying to do as much damage to me as possible. Yep, there he goes again, dropping his Nene, dropping his abilities. And thank you, Guan, for that clutch heal. I needed that greatly. And then here is the Kuzenbo coming back on me. He just wants one more kill. Just one more kill. Nothing to make him happier. So let's go ahead and just ult, finish him off with help from the Bastet there with the finish, and push up so that we can fight. Our Herc is way up there, totally past the Kuzenbo fighting in the back line. But now we are catching up to him. Our Thor is still down, but the enemy Kuzenbo is as well. So it is a 4-on-4, and this is a fight. This is a fight we want because we have 2 tanks and we have me, high damage dealer, and the enemy team only has 1 tank. So this is a fight we take, and we are going to probably at least get a kill off of it, hopefully. And if I can just get past the enemy, I can start working on this tower. So let's go ahead and just drop some abilities, try to CC them a little bit, try to get a few hits off of the tower until we can just focus on it, and we're going to get a finish there on the Heimdall. Much needed. And now we can focus here on the Phoenix, and it's finally taken down. 28 minutes, we have finally taken enemy Phoenix down. The enemy has taken down ours, like, what, 3 times already? And we are finally pushing back. I'm dropping everything I can. I can now do some damage to the Titan. Will this be our final fight? I certainly hope it will be, but it all really depends on our enemy and how much damage they do. Oh, it's low enough now. Let me go ahead and get my 3rd sigil off, and I'll go ahead and just ult the Titan, and that will be the win. Wow, that was a extremely hard game. The enemy had all the advantage. The enemy was completely winning. I know it shows us having more kills on the board there, but that didn't mean anything to me. The enemy team was a much stronger team composition, and they were playing really extremely well. Let's give my team a teamwork and take a look at my stats here. Kind of interested on what, yeah, I didn't get a lot of kills, got a decent amount of assists, did 610, 85, really? Wait, Kuzenbot had 143,000 mitigation? Well, that's probably why they were doing so well. So I was doing extremely well, but if you enjoyed that, please give me a like and subscribe. And if you'd like to get notified next time I upload a video, please go ahead and smash that notification bell. I want to thank you for watching, and as always, have an amazing day, guys.